Hey Gemini, welcome to December. We are at the end of the year. Happy holidays to all of you watching this. I do hope that this finds you well. I know this time of year can be really challenging for some folks, so I'm sending extra love and blessings your way. I'm also running a sale on my website, so if you'd like to get a reading or distance Reiki session with me, you can actually get 20% off any service on my schedule or in my store if you use the code Good Tidings. I'll be running that sale at least through the 21st. Honestly, I'm probably just going to extend it. But it's going to be at least until the solstice. So definitely book now. It can be a nice way to start off the new year on the right foot. And the energy I've pulled for you today, Gemini, is very interesting. I've already pulled some cards here for you. Astrologically, we are in kind of an intense time coming into December, especially the first half of it. We're really having a lot of dynamic energy. And then, of course, we have Mercury, your ruling planet, going retrograde right at the end of December on 29th, on the 29th. And this could really be affecting a lot of stuff. This could really be affecting a lot of like things you've been letting go, doing your shadow work. It could be kind of an intense time, I'm not going to lie. And I feel like that's more of January's reading, but we are starting off the new year with a bit of intensity here, a bit of soul searching, and really just going there. So don't be afraid of your emotions this month. You will actually be a lot more powerful and liberated when you just allow yourself to be present with your own heart. So that's something I just feel like you need to be aware of for this month in particular. We do have Mars retrograding in your sign as well, and that's really bringing about a lot of conflict in the collective. And for you in particular, Gemini, it really can feel like your energy is kind of being pushed back or repressed in some way. So do be gentle on yourself here. When I was really pulling the tarot cards, this is where things started to get interesting to me because the first card we had was the Eight of Swords in the past. And maybe it's because we're in Sagittarius season and this is kind of the season of relationships for you or partnerships for you. But I'm actually looking at this Eight of Swords and then followed by the Death card. And it feels like there was a relationship you spent a long time in or getting out of. And if this isn't a relationship, maybe it's another situation that was just very entrapping in some way, or you were having a hard time moving forward. And it's possible that it's both. Maybe there was relationships and situations in your life that were just very, very challenging or very hard to get out of. And sometimes when we see the Eight of Swords, it's like the answer is so obvious, the solution is so obvious, and yet we don't see it. We don't see how much we have transformed. We don't see the growth that has happened. And I think something happened. Either you finally got out of a situation, or maybe a situation ended for you. But the blessing in that is that it actually showed you how much you grew. And we do have the Temperance card coming out, kind of central to this month. And Temperance represents balance, it represents healing and harmony. And I feel like for you, again, this is you recognizing how much you have healed and how far you have come, actually. I do feel like for some of you in this Temperance energy, it feels like you've been healing for a long time, but I almost feel like you're just being impatient with yourself. Because I feel like you've already grown so much. You've already let go and shed so much. And the funny thing about this reading, Gemini, is that we have the Seven of Swords here as well. And I kind of pulled this intentionally thinking of like, it feels like there's someone who can't get enough of you. There's someone who's missing you. It's kind of that cliche sort of message. Like there's someone from the past who's like kind of stalking you on social media. And that's definitely not to say that this is a person that you should get back together with. This is a general reading. I'm not really going to tell you that. In fact, it feels more like whatever it is that you've walked away from, it feels very aligned that you left that thing behind. But don't be surprised if there are people kind of asking about you or if you just feel someone's energy kind of in your orbit with the Seven of Swords. And I really just had that message, someone can't get enough of you. And so it really does feel like whatever it was that caused this ending, I don't know if either of you even wanted it, but I think at least you, Gemini, knew that a situation needed to end. And again, this could be like a workplace situation. Maybe this is a boss. Maybe this is just someone who had a toxic dynamic with you. And I feel like you've almost completed the healing with the Nine of Wands. And this is a card of resiliency. This is a card of moving forward. You're almost there. You're almost at your goal. You've almost climbed to the top here, and you've almost seen the perspective, what this journey was meant to teach you. You're going to understand things more if you haven't already. You're going to understand why situations did not work out, and you're going to feel that very genuinely and very authentically. It's a kind of realization that you don't just know mentally, it's one that you feel in your heart. And that's what I'm getting for you, Gemini. You are realizing something that is really helping you transform and alchemize your life with the Temperance card here. There's a lot of transmutation that is going on. And for the future, we have the Six of Swords and the Queen of Cups. So again, moving forward, leaving the troubled energy behind, and becoming very sensitive, very intuitive. Maybe this is another person's energy who is welcoming you, opening up their arms to you, and embracing you. This could just be you, really tapping into your intuition, really loving yourself, and being loving in a way while still maintaining your boundaries. I will say too, maybe some of you are planning some sort of trip, moving forward, or even making a move, moving someplace else. I could potentially see that in the future, although that feels more like you're planning this. This is probably more in January or February is what I'm getting. This could also be a family member who is kind of asking about you or trying to find out more about you or wants to reach out to you. And that's very likely, or I should say possible. But I feel like it's actually more of a work situation or a partner. And someone's kind of regretting letting you go. There could just be like challenges at work as well, and maybe there's gossip at work, or maybe there's just like things that are being said behind your back, or just this very passive-aggressive energy. And again, I think that's just something that's happening pretty collectively right now with Mars retrograde in your sign and being in your sign. Maybe this aggression or tension is being projected or directed at you. So that's really, really interesting. We do have a full moon in your sign as well on the 7th, and I really feel like this is a time to shed anything that isn't authentic to who you are. And so there could be a lot of endings. There could be a lot of things that you are shifting, or things that are coming to a completion, coming to a close. And I feel like this is just a very good time this month to kind of amp up your energy, because again, the energy is a bit challenging. And that could be a good day to kind of give yourself a boost, or to even just give yourself a break. We do have Mercury entering into the sign of Capricorn on the 6th, which will be followed by Venus entering into Capricorn on the 9th. And so there's this focus that's going from relationships and partnerships for you, and how you relate to other people, to something deeper, something really, really intimate, going within the depths of your soul. We do also have Jupiter entering into Aries. This is happening on the 20th, right before we enter Capricorn season on the 21st. Jupiter going into Aries is really going to help you manifest with words and writing. Because Jupiter brings luck, it brings expansion. And for you, Aries energy, or I'm so sorry, no, Jupiter is entering into Aries, which is bringing useful context for you. But I still want you to do some writing. I still want you to set intentions in that way that still feels resonant, actually. But with Jupiter entering Aries, you are actually coming into a very lucky period. This is going to be a very auspicious year for you, especially moving into 2023, like halfway through, or the first half of it. And I think once we get out of these retrogrades in January, you're really going to feel your energy lift more. I see you moving forward and going into a more hopeful and optimistic state. And with Jupiter in Aries, this is really a good time for you to maybe even find a platform on social media, or to get a promotion, or to just find your people, find your community, as well as just fulfill your wishes and dreams. It really is just an amazing energy for you. So that's actually really, really exciting stuff. But this is kind of a larger theme for the next several months. And we actually did have Jupiter in the sign of Aries in May, I want to say through August. And this was kind of a sneak preview. So whatever was happening, or whatever you were hopeful about, or whatever you were manifesting during that time could be coming to fruition very, very soon, or coming full circle very, very soon. So all really, really exciting stuff. And there is a lot for you to look forward to, Gemini. So just keep looking forward. I know it's been kind of challenging for you. And I kind of remember your other readings being pretty intense for the past few months. I do want to pull some animal energy for you. This is just more clarification for what you should be embodying for the month of December. We have the sea serpent, emotional healing. Yeah, there's very, very deep healing. And the sea serpent represents Svadhisthana, or the sacral chakra, which is the second chakra. This is the chakra that corresponds to pleasure and to emotions, and it can be blocked by things like guilt and shame. And I actually feel like some of you could even be going through some sort of sexual awakening, or like really exploring your sexuality, or kind of a part of yourself that was kept hidden. That's particularly as we are getting into Capricorn season. And this is bringing up a lot of emotions. And I was kind of saying this to you earlier, Gemini. Whatever is going on for you this month, it's just important that you feel things, you let things happen, you let your emotions flow. Because that is how you are going to heal. That is how you are going to release blockages. And I love, love, love seeing this card for you. And some of you are really getting back in touch with your creative energy as well, because sexual energy is creative energy. So I feel like there's kind of a renaissance here. And you're really coming more into yourself, and you're allowing yourself to enjoy things that bring you pleasure, that bring you comfort. And with the sea serpent, again, just ride the wave. Let your emotions be there, feel them, and then let them go. What else do we have for Gemini? We have the shark coming out. This actually does remind me of that energy that's circling around you. And there may be some red flags. There may be that fin above the water that you're noticing. I do feel like there are people who are around you, and I don't feel like these are people who are aligned for you anymore, to be completely honest. For you, Gemini, embodying this energy for yourself, the shark can kind of teach us how to go in for the kill, so to speak. Sharks actually have a sixth sense called electroreceptivity. They can sense electrical fields and currents, and this allows them to kind of locate their prey, and they will circle around their prey until they wait for that moment to strike. So shark really does tell us to kind of read a situation, to listen to our intuition, our sixth sense, and then go in for the kill and follow through with that. But I do also feel there is something circling around you. And even the sea serpent is kind of interesting. There is like energy circling around here. There's something full circle coming ahead. So that's kind of interesting. I feel like specifically with the new moon in Capricorn on the 23rd, this could really be when a lot of this emotional healing and a lot of this like deep diving is happening, because that's the new moon in Capricorn. That's really what this represents for you. So I feel like you're just going to go there. And whatever that means for you, Gemini, it's bringing about a lot of healing and a lot of resolve and transformation. And those are all the messages I have for you this month. Be sure to hit like and subscribe if this video was useful for you, if you got something out of it. Definitely let me know in the comments as well. Again, I have a sale on my website. You can get 20% off using the code Good Tidings on any of my services. You can also watch the other videos, maybe for your moon or rising sign, to get more clarity on something, or get a message that may not have come through in this video. And I will see you all next time. Take care, Gemini. Happy holidays. I'm sending all my love your way.